Welcome to EXPodcast, your number one source for video game crap that your parents just don't get. I'm your host, Leon, as always, and today I have with me my friend Nick Ferranda.
Hello.
And my friend Jose Mestre.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Hey, yeah, how are you guys doing today? How are you feeling? Feeling pretty good?
I'm pretty excited.
Yeah?
I'm so
It's an
excited
exciting day today.
It really is, honestly, but
Yeah.
I'm really excited for this.
Yeah, I'm excited, and we're going to tell you, listeners, why we're so excited here in a second.
Yeah,
but first,
very, very excited.
Nick, how are you doing?
I'm doing excellent, doing all right. Can't wait to talk about video games, literally all I ever do.
Yep.
And I won't shut up about it, so now you get to hear me for about an hour.
Exactly. You have to listen to this. You're locked in now. You're a fan, so fuck it. All right. So before we get started, I know if you've listened to EX Podcast before, you'll hear me bring up these jerks a lot. It's because they are true gamers, and as you all know, only true gamers are allowed on the show. They are some of my very bestest dudes, and so you have to respect their opinions. They're fact now, so just deal with it. Unless I disagree with them, because I don't know what they're going to say. So in that case, they're fucking idiots.
It's fact. Look it up on the wiki.
Although
Yeah.
I'm always late to the party, though.
Jose is literally
saying.
updating Wikipedia as we're sitting here. So like his facts will be facts. So
Like when I get excited, I'll be like, "Hey guys, look at this new game." Oh, we already played that. Oh well.
oh man. Okay. So today I want to start a long-running series that I will be covering in many future entries if you follow the podcast in the future, and that is beat 'em ups and hack and slash games. Now back on the NES days. This was a genre, like with games like Double Dragon and whatnot, and any game like it, essentially. Like any game, side-scroller, you get two buttons, sometimes pressing them together does something, but, most people have played something like that. There's even, like, app games that do that shit now. But now with technology, the genre has turned more into a descriptor, so there are a lot of games that we kind of had a hard time being like, is this a beat 'em up? Is this, does this qualify? So we might not cover everything. A good example is Nier, for instance. We were talking about that when we were writing the episode. Would it be considered a beat 'em up? Or some people might consider an RPG. So we're just going to scratch the surface a tiny bit and talk about some of our favorites for this first episode on beat 'em ups. Now, before I start, I want to make something clear. That this is a massive topic, and if we do not come to a game that you love, don't be sad. We're gonna get around to it. We're gonna talk about God Hand. We're gonna talk about Final Fight, or whatever games you may love. You can comment on this episode and tell us a little bit about what you want to hear. But this is a big fucking topic, so give us a goddamn break, okay? Just chill out.
Yeah.
Yeah, get a life.
Fucking chill.
Yeah, and beat 'em ups, they don't take that long to play.
Yeah.
Yeah. And let us know. I love learning. We all love learning.
Yeah.
New games.
Jose needs to learn something.
Yeah, you're right.
So,
Jose likes to learn.
yeah.
I like to.
He just graduated, but needs to learn.
Yes. Congratulations to Jose. He just graduated college.
Woo! All right.
Listeners
Kids, don't
are
waste your
like, I don't
time.
give a fuck.
Don't
Let's
waste your
hear about
time.
beat 'em ups right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna do my master's as a professional hobo.
Oh shit.
It's gonna be great.
A
I'm
fighting
excited.
game hobo.
Fighting game.
Yeah.
hobo.
Or a beat 'em up hobo. All right, so let's get right into it because I'm excited about this. So I want to start off with the basics. If you guys could kind of give me and our listeners an idea of what you look for in a hack and slash or beat 'em up game, what is the selling point for you? You want to take it, Jose?
Me personally, I like a fun story, consistency in character,
Yeah.
fun music, because you gotta have fun, super catchy fun music. I think any game usually,
Yeah.
but specifically on beat 'em ups, you gotta beat somebody with really good music. I mean, if it's not, then I'm gonna be like, okay, well.
And that's something we talked about in fighting games too, whipping the shit out of somebody
Exactly.
with good ass tunes. Yeah.
Third one, I'm not sure what the third one. I like. Oh, well, good gameplay, obviously. Really fun.
That's kind of the core.
But that's really
of
a
the
core thing.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
personally like story and music. Those are my top two things.
Story and music.
Yeah, story,
Okay.
music, and fun characters. You don't have to be really serious about it, but
Yeah.
fun characters.
Which when we get to it, I think is going to tell a lot about your top favorite ones.
I'm excited.
Yeah. What about you, Nick?
All right, so stuff that I look for, good story is usually just more of an add-on for me. It's really gameplay focused, on my side. Like I said, good story adds on. It's more of a plus to me than what I absolutely need to look for, because a lot of the times, like, story's a bit campy with beat 'em ups. They're goofy, and that's what I like. I really like looking for shit that's hype as hell. If it's not hype, I probably won't play it. That, and then especially for classic ones, I really like good co-op, like cooperative like gameplay stuff.
True.
Yeah, like sort of like Anarchy Reigns or whatnot.
Yeah, because like I enjoy like the single player experience, but a good beat 'em up is always really fun with friends. Like, you can couch co-op or go to an arcade and
if
play
Double Dragon 2 has
like
taught us
that.
anything, or even to expand on that, Double Dragon Neon has taught us anything, that co-op is great in beat 'em ups.
Absolutely. Like,
Yeah.
those are some of the things I look for: being hype, being fun, stories and
Fucking
add-on.
hype.
And if I can play with my friends and have a great time, then I love it.
Yeah, absolutely. For me, I don't like anything about them. I just like titties. That's it.
That's every video game.
Yeah, dude. Just that's my only requirement. Some tits everywhere.
Nice.
No, but real talk though. For me, gameplay is key with beat 'em ups, and just I have to agree with Jose. Hype ass music. That's like why. Certain ones speak to me more than others.
Actually, I have to agree on that one too.
Yeah.
Music is super key.
Yeah.
Literally in everything. You don't want to beat someone up to nothing. That's kind of weird. Unless it's hype as hell when all of a sudden no music plays.
That's true. Yeah, for the big punch.
Yeah.
Big punch.
Big punch.
Yeah. All right. So, what is the big no-no, the bad zone? What's the bad touch? What's a bad touch for these kind of genres of games? What kills it for you, Jose? What really like throws you in the cold shower?
I know I'm gonna repeat myself here, but terrible music, for real. Like,
So tunes are important, man.
No, for real. Like, it's important.
That really takes
This man will play a game with other music playing. I've seen him do it.
So bad music will soften the dong.
For me, at least.
Yeah. It will not extend the dong. It softens the dong.
It softens.
No Donkey Kong's here.
And this is like, the hypothetical dong. Not just the dick. We're talking about the hypothetical dong. So for all you ladies out there, it's the idea of getting hype and just turned up.
Yeah. As Tyra Banks likes to call it, the lady boner.
The lady boner.
The lady boner.
She does, doesn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lady boners. Also, I think mine is just literally like the contrary of what I said.
Yeah.
Not consistency. But what I mean by that is that I don't really. It always kills me when like you have characters like be presented to you in a way, and then suddenly they change, and they're a different type of character.
Yes.
And I'm like, it's like.
What happened?
It's like if like J.K. Rowling was telling me Harry Potter was straight, and then suddenly he becomes gay.
Just
I'm
because
like-
there is magic in that world.
But there is
so.
magic in the world.
Yeah.
Though. That is a possibility.
You're talking about some gay magic over here.
Dude, gay magic's the best magic.
It's rainbow magic.
There's nothing wrong with gay magic.
Yeah, but no, I get what you're saying.
It's like there's no consistency, and like when it switches immediately, like, it's not bad to have a change though. Like, let's just say that right now. Like, it's not bad for a character to be different. It's not a bad thing.
Yeah, and
But when they give you like 3-4 different versions of the character and different like.
And in some and newer beat 'em ups, like Devil May Cry and Bayonetta and all that, like that's a thing. You look for those things, but in, like old school beat 'em ups, like River City Ransom, like you don't even have to worry about that. It's like some bitch stole my girlfriend, and I'm gonna go. Me and my buddy are gonna go get her back.
I mean, it's what you do.
It's what you do, man. It's just what you do. I mean, Streets of Rage, Final Fight, stuff like that.
It's literally just beat everyone up to get your girlfriend back.
Yeah. So like that definitely applies to like new age beat 'em ups and hack and slash games. I mean, even like Hyrule Warriors, which was a great Warriors game, in my opinion, was one of my favorite Wii U games I played. There's a kind of shitty story, but the gameplay is really carries
It really is.
Yeah, but that adventure mode though with the maps, that makes the game.
I still haven't finished it.
Like Nick said before, co-op. Well, it's like endless almost.
It really is, honestly.
Yeah.
Endless.
And then they ported it to 3DS. Like, stop! I got other games to play, please.
But I do agree with Nick though. A good co-op, a fun co-op.
Yeah,
that is like really good. Like,
does the Sengoku Barasa games have co-op?
Yeah, they
Yeah,
do.
a lot of them do.
And the Japanese version has more characters than the American.
Damn.
There
Getting
we
the
go.
shaft again. Just so you listeners know, Japan, because they make all the cool stuff, always gets the better stuff.
They get
like
the better-
even since back in the day, like we'll elaborate on this in like Final Fantasy stuff, but like they take shit out of our games. Like Tales of Symphonia on the GameCube is like the shit version. Like we didn't know, but like it's like Japan got like the mushroom pizza, right? Like the delicious mushroom pizza, and we got like the 7-day-old stale cheese pizza, but we didn't know better, so it was delicious. You know, we microwaved that shit, dipped it in some fucking ketchup. It was good.
To be honest, all pizza's good pizzas. So
yeah, that's true. But I mean, if you can't get a little polish, that's good, right?
Yeah.
When Papa's in the house, like you're happy,
in the house, yeah.
Even if it's microwave pizza. But anyways,
Papito.
Papito pizza. But yeah, so I know I get what you're saying. How about you, Nick? Like, what is a big fuck this game?
So if bad gameplay mechanics. Like I said, with me being like, I really like good gameplay mechanics.
Yeah.
If like just something bad, like something's wrong, like if I can like punch into something else and like it doesn't make any sense, like I'm trying to do a thing and it won't work.
Yeah.
Like no matter how hard I tried, that like it's like okay, I mean, something's definitely off, so I don't know.
Yeah.
And then like if that's like constantly persisting, like that throws me off for the game. Another thing is like ridiculous. I guess this isn't really too much of a turn off because I know like there are ways around it, but like ridiculous entry points, and by that I mean like the difficulty ramps up to 11 all of a sudden, and it's like you just can't beat this guy. You've done everything that you can. Like,
right.
It becomes like AI becomes unfair.
Yeah, yeah, and it's not like even on nightmare difficulty or whatever. It's just like the game.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, like you could be playing shit baby easy, and it's like, all right, you're not fun.
One of my friends, you guys know him, Aaron Krieger. I'll never forget. He's a friend of mine. You listeners don't know him, but he's a friend of mine that played Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance, which is a really fun hack and slash beat 'em up game. A lot of people didn't like it. I thought it was sweet.
It's a great game.
But he could not beat the fucking last boss. Like when he throws the boulders at you, he just couldn't fucking do it. And I remember him raging so hard, almost breaking the controller. And like I just sat there just laughing at him. And like that was not a cool friend thing to do, but he kind of sucks sometimes. So like it was cool. Much love though, Krieger. But so Nick, that brings me to my point though. Like how much salt can you take? Like when it comes to beat 'em ups, because we know how much salt you can take with fighting games.
So, just to clarify, everyone, I am the Nick from the first episode that decided to skip on class to beat Jen's ass.
And an ass you did beat.
Yeah, an ass I did beat.
I was there.
To be honest, over the years, I've definitely calmed down a lot more. My salt levels have lowered.
Oh, you've become more zen.
I've become more zen, as you could say.
Yeah.
And I knew that like one of my lowest points
like
is when I got mad at
Slayer.
Sonic Generations. So let's leave it at that.
Is that your low point?
Probably.
Yeah.
Hitting someone else might be my low point.
Oh yeah.
But it wasn't like a hit.
When the rage comes out of the game into real life. Yeah.
That's pretty bad. But like I said, like after that, I was like, you know what? I think I need to calm down.
Yeah,
so
a little bit of a break.
I
get that.
My sodium levels have cooled off.
That's good. Too much sodium is bad for the heart, bad for the blood pressure.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. So that's good. Okay, cool. Very cool. Did you have anything else to add to that, Jose?
For salt, my salt. I gotta like. Okay, hear me out.
I've seen you get salty a lot lately.
Okay, yes.
We were playing arms the other day. Holy shit! I thought you were gonna wing the Joy-Con across the room.
No, but my salt. But my salt is fun salt. You know,
it is.
like it's not
fun
very.
Size.
It is
it's
because
fun
like
size. What's fun size about less salt?
It's fun salt because like I don't really
sugar.
take it serious.
There's some sugar mixed in.
Yeah, it's like that dyed salt that's multicolored. Yeah,
it's
kosher.
Sweet.
Yeah.
What's that thing? That phrase? Sour on the inside or sweet on the inside?
I don't know what the fuck.
Are you
having
talking
a
about
stroke?
Whatever. But no. Okay, so here's the thing. Like
salt.
my salt though, it's like really fun salt. Like you can ask Nick. Like whenever we play card games. Wow.
I don't play any card games. He's lying.
I know you're trying to send Jose to the Shadow Realm literally every day.
But when we play card games, I get salty, but it's fun salt though.
Okay.
I sometimes
you get
feel
dramatic.
Like I get dramatic and I like act.
You
like,
are good about
act it out, but
you are good about walking away too when it gets a little bit too much.
Though.
I've seen that happen. But with beat 'em ups, though, you're really good at them. I've seen you play them before, and they're one of your favorite genres, which is why I have you here today. And we're about to get into the fucking meat of this situation here in a second. Yeah, the meet and greet.
The meet and greet.
But yeah, no. So you're good at them.
Yeah.
So you probably don't get too salty at them. I'm good at them depending on how much RPG is in there.
That's
for
fair.
sure. Yeah, like what we were debating about what to put on the list and what to talk about, and the big one that I decided not to expand on, but like Odin Sphere, especially the remake, is one of my favorite games.
That's a gorgeous game.
It's so great, and it's just for me. I'm gonna put it in the JRPG stuff in the future, guys. I'm sorry if you love that game. I do too. We're gonna talk about it later, but like that game's RPG elements let me trounce all the issues that I had with like not issues, but all the hard times that I faced with the combat, like some of the bosses on the harder difficulties and stuff. But anyways, let's move on to the main topic here. All right, so this is the big stuff. I want to talk about our top 3 favorite beat 'em up / hack and slashes, and really talk about why that is. So let's first just each list our current 3 and a tiny bit about why, and then let's shit on each other's favorites, or at least debate and sort of like go over, like just be honest with each other, be straight up.
Straight
up. All right, so who wants to start about their top 3 favorites?
I think Jose should go just because,
Oh yeah,
I like how everybody's pointing my finger at me.
I mean, I'll go first if you don't want to go first.
No, yeah, I can go first.
Okay, go ahead.
So my top favorite, they're really honestly like very popular and very like basic.
Basic ass bitch.
Basic ass bitches. Yeah, I'm a basic ass bitch.
But I already know your favorites, so I kind of disagree a little bit because of one of them.
But what I mean is that like I don't know. It's just like it's very common. I guess I want to say.
Yeah, but I mean you can expand on why. So
but I love
spit it out. What the fuck?
I love for my first one being Bayonetta. I love.
Oh yeah.
I love the girl.
What a slut.
I go slut for her, easy.
God. And we're gonna talk a lot about Bayonetta. Not to interrupt you, but we're gonna talk a lot about Bayonetta. And I work in Planet Fun, as you guys probably know, a video game store, and I talk to a lot of people about Bayonetta. And there's so many people who don't understand why those games are great.
Yeah, they literally suck dick, but Bayonetta's the best.
They do suck dick a lot, but. That's not a bad thing, but it's not the actual dick that they're sucking. This is a metaphor, guys.
The metaphorical.
So please
dick.
calm down. You're embarrassing yourself. No, Bayonetta is misunderstood and amazing.
Yeah, it's really misunderstood.
PewDiePie, as much as I'm not a big fan of his channel, did great things for Bayonetta 2 when he played it on stream because people respected it after that. But anyway, so what's number 2?
Number 2 is most of the DMC series, like Devil May Cry. But I definitely did enjoy like the last one. Popular opinion here. DMC, like the remake.
The remake. I'm also on that boat with you too, and I think a lot of listeners have slammed their headphones out of their ears by this point.
Yeah,
but you can, and
hey,
I will
what's
also,
not to love about naked Dante flying through the air?
Exactly.
So good, and I will explain to the number one complaint I hear working at the store selling that game and. My counterpoint.
Oh, I'm excited. I want to hear that.
Yeah.
But yeah, DMC, but overall the DMC series. And the other one is the God of War. God of War.
Mm-hmm. Now all of God of War, or do you like have a favorite one, or do you play all of them? Do you play the PSP ones and stuff?
I actually wait. No,
like Chains
I did.
Of Olympus, Ghost of Sparta. Or did you just play?
There's a lot of God of War.
Yeah,
I think I'm missing.
I believe, and I'm sorry, since we're recording now, I didn't research this, but I've played them all too, I believe. But there's the PSP ones, which is Ghost of Sparta and Chains of Olympus, and there could be one other one I'm forgetting about. And then there is the 3 main titles, and then there's Ascension, which I did not like, which is the 4th entry, but not the 4th game.
Right.
Yeah.
I think I'm missing Ghost of Sparta and Ascension.
Okay.
But I played the other ones.
You don't even need to play Ascension, in my opinion. I played through the whole thing. It's not a bad game. It's just a glitch fest. It was rushed, obviously.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
But no, I definitely I played all of them except Ghost of Sparta and that one.
Yeah.
But I believe it. I mostly remember 1, 2, 3. I mostly remember 1, 2, and 3, and then not the other ones too much. Mostly like.
That's
1,
my
2,
favorite part of God of War. Him screaming at Ares.
That's true though.
I mean, literally all he does.
Kratos is such an edgelord.
All he does is scream.
He really is.
Yeah, and that. Yeah. Okay. So those are your 3. So that's,
those are my 3.
Yeah. So that's the little bit about each of those. How about you, Nick?
So same vein as Jose over here. I like the DMC series a lot, specifically DMC 4. I don't know why. It's just fucking super cool to me. Like when Dante comes in and is destroying all the hell gates with all the new cool fucking weapons, it's kind of insane. Like Pandora's box is the coolest fucking shit. And then when he gets the one where he throws all the roses, or the not roses, the needles. I forgot what it's called.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
But he makes the heart, and then the music is playing for that scene, and it's just really cool.
And that one is you also play as Nero.
And then you play as Nero, who I was also going to mention. Super cool. Other Dante, which is great because it's literally just getting 2 Dantes.
One with a grapply arm.
And can use.
He's Bionic Commando Dante.
Yeah, Bionic Commando Dante. Can use Virgil's sword.
Yeah.
Really fucking cool. He has Virgil's a motorcycle sword. Like, come on, guys.
He's got cloud action going on. He's got a fucking special sword. It's like the Rev one.
It revs, yeah.
Revs,
and it's like what
it's called.
It's like Rose something with Rose.
The Red Queen or Rose Queen. Or,
Rose, maybe Rose Queen.
Yeah, let's just keep saying the wrong name so the people listening that are on Google right now can just hate us more.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Let's just call it nothing.
It's Oathbreaker.
It's
motorcycle. Sword.
It's guys, Ebony and Ivory, right?
Yeah.
Guys, the real name is Oblivion. Just saying.
Lightsaber. It's a lightsaber. Okay, sorry.
Way to lose like all your fan base right there.
Dude, they hate me so much. And
Red Queen. Okay.
Red Queen.
Red Queen.
Yeah.
We got it. We said it somewhere along those lines.
Yeah.
Plus, and also adding to that, like that game, you can play all characters too, like the new.
Yeah, you can play as like everyone.
You can play almost everyone,
which is great. And I'm sad they didn't continue that story because I would have really liked to see more of Nero.
Yeah.
And like fighting like all those new angel guys and everything like that. That was sick.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun. Again, with the hypeness, you're literally fighting a giant angel statue at the end of that game, and it's fucking. Oh, spoiler alert! Sorry.
Yeah.
This game's been out for like what?
A long time.
2000.
But like, we always try to say, even if it's been out for a long time, we might shame you, but we will also say there are a lot of games in the world. And sometimes maybe you just have no interest until you hear Nick's sweet ass opinions about something.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. He's a very convincing man.
He really is.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
So your next one?
Yeah, my next game, another hype as hell game, also Capcom, is going to be Asura's Wrath. This game is the embodiment of beat 'em up hype. If you think otherwise, you're wrong. You literally body the earth. Spoiler alert.
That scene. It was like, so good.
You hit a guy so hard, the earth shatters. Like,
and Asura is really cool. Like, you should explain a little bit about what he looks like and what he does.
Basically, he's like, what is it? He's essentially a god.
Yeah. A really angry dude. With a lot of arms.
It's kind of, if you think about it, it's where God of War is mythology for like Greek mythology and stuff like that. This is like Buddhist mythology, and stuff like that. Because like a lot of it, you're dealing with like chakras and like sort of like a lot of like Hindu gods and everything like that. I'm probably wrong about saying all this because it's been a while.
But that's the aesthetic of it.
That's the aesthetic, though. Is like
he does look like
Eastern,
it's
Eastern mythology.
Yeah, and he also like the actual character himself like is really strange looking, but also super cool.
Yeah, he's like almost robotic and stony.
Yeah, and there's DLC where you can fight like Ryu and Akuma and
Oni.
Oni. Yeah, and then like these dramatic battles after you beat the game, which is really cool, and it's all about presentation, which is
sweet. So the thing about the game is like
he's like not shitty TN with his like extra arm abilities.
Yeah, he has like 8 arms plus, and he just punches the shit out of everything.
Sort of like the JoJo's deal. Where, he punches really fast.
He does like a million punches. He punches the air.
Yeah.
To hurt you.
It's like
he'll punch you from a distance with air.
Yeah.
So, that shit's just hype as hell.
Yeah.
You literally have a meter called burst, which is also known as the hype meter. When you hit the hype meter, shit goes crazy. Like, it's all quick time events, which is really fun. And I know not a lot of people are fans of quick time events, but
QTEs can be good, but
it can be good if they're done really well.
The cutscenes are worth it.
The cutscenes are worth it. Like I said, you fly into space and destroy a million different things, and then you body the earth, and God, it's the coolest thing.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It's the most hype thing in the world.
The first time I saw that
just go watch like a cutscene or two of that game. It's so cool.
Or buy it's like $5.
It's really cheap now.
The first time I saw that game, I was like, is that like Akuma's son?
Yeah.
Who did he fuck?
God, he was being considered, not to go on a tangent because I want you to get to your last one, but he was being considered for a DLC character for Street Fighter 4 back in the day.
Really?
And I was wanting that so bad, but apparently because of the sales of the game,
it just wasn't going.
It just wasn't going anywhere. And then after they already filled the spot, they released a Street Fighter DLC for it, and it sold really well, to my understanding, at least when I hear from the Street Fighter community. And then they like, oh well, too late. We're done with all the DLC characters, so that was disappointing.
Oh. Yeah, that's sad.
Because then we may have seen
that's
Asura
a cool
in 5.
though.
So yeah, it is cool. All right, so what's your last one?
Now my last one is going to be much different from my first two. It's actually the X-Men, specifically the X-Men arcade beat 'em up game.
The 6-player one, right?
The 6-player one, yes.
That boy is great.
That one. Okay, so like I mentioned earlier, I love co-op beat 'em up games. This one is the epitome, to me, the epitome of the ultimate like co-op beat 'em up. Just because you're running around, your X-Men characters beating up, other mutants. Yeah, like Magneto, Toad, like all, everyone. Toad's actually not in that game, but one of the first bad guy mutants I could think of. Yeah. You're fighting Sentinel.
Juggernaut in there?
Yeah, Juggernaut's in that game.
Yeah.
Same with I think Sabretooth is in that game too.
Cool.
But yeah, you just go around hanging out with friends, doing beat 'em ups. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It's a very hard game. Definitely a quarter eater.
Yeah.
Really,
worth
really
it though.
Good. Worth it. Absolutely worth it.
Who's your favorite character in that game?
I'm a loser, so I like Nightcrawler.
That's my favorite too.
Nightcrawler's always
He's the
best,
boy.
though.
He's the coolest. He
Nightcrawler's
just
the
teleports
best.
everywhere. Yeah, you
dude.
teleport, dive kick, like the
Oh my
coolest
God.
stuff. And it's like it was
Dive
cheap
kick.
as hell.
The strongest video game move ever, dive kick.
Yeah.
Yeah, kills everything. Well, that's awesome.
Chip in real quick.
Yeah, what's up,
I think
Grant?
my favorite beat 'em up. I'm not sure if it is beat 'em up, but
Uh-huh.
like I played one that I really liked when I was a kid. It's on the PlayStation. The first one. It's called Captain Commando.
Captain Commando.
Captain
We were gonna get
Commando
into
is
that.
so cool.
Yeah.
Captain Commando's great.
So in case
Yeah.
anyone didn't know, that's Grant. He's our sound guy.
Yeah.
It's Grant. He makes the magic happen.
Grant.
I love
Oh,
Captain
man.
Commando.
No, Grant. Captain Commando is awesome. That's a really good throw-in.
Yeah.
Great game.
Those are definitely honorable mention type throw-ins.
Okay. Yeah, definitely. I was gonna mention it, but now I don't have to.
Thanks, Grant.
Yeah. So for me, personally, as you listeners might know, I'm more of like an old school kind of guy, but I do love some of the games that they brought up. For me, mine are Turtles in Time. So that includes for me personally the Super Nintendo one mostly, but the arcade one as well. And that, I know that's more like Turtles 2, but it sort of has like the same kind of graphical style on the arcades machine. And then Hyperstone Heist, which is not as good as Turtles in Time, but it's still fun if you've beaten Turtles in Time like 8 million times. And especially if you're really good, because Hyperstone Heist has a fucking boss rush mode in the middle of the game randomly, and it's really difficult, even with multiple players.
Yeah, it, like, ramps
it's like
up.
Baxter, Leatherhead, fucking like just everybody, just Bebop and Rocksteady. And Turtles in Time specifically has amazing sound design for its era. Like the voices come through clear. When you step on sharp shit, they go, "Ow, my toe," and they go like, and when they die, they go,
Right.
"Oh, shell shocked." And like, even if you're not a Turtles fan, there's just a great music, and it's like at the
great.
beginning of each level. Like if you've ever played that, if you go into a game store and say, "Big Apple, 3 a.m.," people know what the fuck you're talking about.
Yeah. Well, hopefully they do.
Yeah, well, probably, but like it's just an iconic sort of chiptune kind of deal, where all the music's good, and just like there is a running tendency for me to like good music. It comes from like my love of Mega Man. Good music is just so important in a game, and especially in those retro games, because when you're beating on somebody with Donatello's badass bow staff, it's just like it's so cool, and they're exploding. It's like yeah, it's sweet. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so that Turtles in Time is a big one for me. Nostalgia
one.
definitely drives that one for me too.
For sure.
Yeah, and then another one that I try to sell at Planet Fun all the time, and it never sells, and I love this game, is Muramasa the Demon Blade.
I love that game.
That game is.
It's
I don't understand how
so
it doesn't sell because
beautiful.
it's such a beautiful game.
Done by the same guys who did Odin Sphere. They also worked on Dragon's Crown. You guys might know that as the big ass titty sorceress game. That is true. It is that,
Excellent.
but also
You're
an
not wrong.
excellent game. I kind of put that more in RPGs as well, but it's still a beat 'em up for sure. But Muramasa Demon Blade is a game that came out on the Wii originally, and it was ported to the Vita as like a rebirth or something. And both versions are amazing. The Wii version is pretty cheap because nobody knows about it. It's a hidden gem. It's one of those things that if like Ego Raptor's like, hey, Grumpers, like buy this game, it's going to be like an $80 game because it's kind of hard to find. And it looks like a painting. It's beautiful. The art style still holds up. But where the hack and slash comes in, imagine this. It's a side-scrolling exploration game that plays like Marvel vs. Capcom in combat, and you have 3 katanas that you can choose to upgrade like an RPG, and when you switch through them, the whole screen freezes like an assist comes in, and like your sword does a special move, and they can break, but they heal because they have like souls. And the bosses are hype, the music's good, and you can play 2 different characters, and they have branching paths, and it's just a great game. And I think both of you have played the game, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
I have not played it, but I definitely seen a lot. Yeah, but I'm familiar with the content, and I've seen art for it. It looks so gorgeous.
Yeah, and if you're a combo junkie, oh my god,
that game
the juggles.
is the king.
There's resets in that game, and
everything you want.
There's resets. There's just like you can. There's different types of swords. You can use them to get different combo potential. There's spells that you can use like whirlwind and stuff to juggle your opponents. And the opponents are not pushovers. This is not a beat 'em up game where you just mash the button. They will fucking kill you. You're just dead. So you gotta be careful, especially those the wandering samurai that jump out of the bushes sometimes. And it's like kind of like random encountery, and there's some good platforming. But anyways, oh, and there's wall jumping. It's good stuff. So Muramasa is a big one, and then my top. I just keep going back to it, and I try to get people to play this game all the time as well. Is the Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Fantastic.
The game. So this game is River City Ransom, which is another hidden gem game, big in Japan. They've made a sequel on the 3DS recently, which I have not played, and there's
really good
a Kickstarter one coming out. But the original River City Ransom, Scott Pilgrim takes that game and redoes it 4-player co-op, and I'm gonna say it again. The soundtrack blows your mind. It's done by Anna Monoguchi, and it's just, you probably have heard the song separately if you like that kind of music. And you just turn that shit up, invite 3 friends over, and blast it. You guys will just tear through that shit. And you can save your characters, level up. There's DLC characters. And it has tons of retro throwbacks. It's a 2D game. It's super cheap now. And God, it is screaming for a port to a modern console.
Absolutely, yeah. It's literally a love letter to like retro games and that sort of media.
Yeah,
and
there's
like
tons of
like Scott Pilgrim's already like a love letter to that kind of stuff, but this literally like dials it up to 11 and then really just shows it off really well.
And I'm talking to you haters. I don't care if you're like Scott Pilgrim is a shitty movie, which I love that movie. But
I love that movie too.
It's so good, and I think that's like, besides the game, the best thing about Scott Pilgrim. I don't care if you're like, these comics are overhyped and they're trendy and they're shitty. That's fine. That's your opinion. I don't care if Scott Pilgrim is literally your least favorite thing in the world. It doesn't matter. This game is that good. You will forget that you hate Scott Pilgrim, and if you love Scott Pilgrim, you're gonna die. Like,
or you already know this,
or you already know this.
Is just nothing.
But yeah, it could be in a situation where you don't want a console to play it, and it's so cheap you should just give your friend $5 and play it. But like, it is a great game, and I can't stress that enough. And it definitely takes all that like Double Dragon Neon and like classic Double Dragon and Streets of Rage feel, and wraps it into a delicious package that has that old school flair, and it's just great.
It's also very challenging.
It's hard.
It's hard.
And if it's too hard,
I like a challenge.
If it's too hard, it has an easy mode. If you play games to just sort of, de-stress, which I get. I have friends that are just like, I just don't want to try hard. I just want to have fun, go mindless, which some beat 'em ups are great for, like Altered Beast, for instance.
Exactly, yeah.
Why is Filmy Old Wave, that game. You can go on easy mode, but if you want a challenge, it will give you one. Even with 4 players. There's a revive mechanic and everything, so it's you can stay in the action, and you got to communicate with your friends.
My favorite song in the soundtrack is the shop thing.
Oh, the shop's great.
The shop thing's my favorite.
Yeah, it's really good.
I love it. I can just like sit there.
The cute little sales girl like bouncing around, selling you cute things. Even the NPCs, all the animations are great. But I wish we could play some music on here for you. But just go to YouTube and listen to the OST if you don't have time to play the game while you're working on art, or like while you're working on your homework or whatever. It's so good.
Yeah, it's definitely like, you can listen to that anywhere. It's very fun, uplifting.
And the finale is like,
really
the last boss battle is really satisfying.
Yeah, but we won't talk about it.
We won't.
We'll let you discover it.
Yeah. Yeah. But anyways, so since Bayonetta and Devil May Cry were crossover games on our list, I think we should talk about those series. Now, I want to just go on record saying I don't really care for Devil May Cry that much. That's me.
Fair.
Yeah, I don't really care for Devil May Cry, but I'm in love with Bayonetta. And like the reason for me is sometimes when games take themselves too seriously, and I know Devil May Cry doesn't always. It has the pizza scene from DMC3 and stuff like that. And DMC Remake was my favorite, which is very unpopular opinion. But like, I don't know. I just think it's just like really overhyped for me personally. I know, Jose, you like the second one. I didn't like that one. I thought the first one was meh. And I thought the third one was like double meh. And I thought the first one was like an improvement, but like still meh. But that's just me. And I kind of feel that way with the God of War games too. And I played all of them.
You're right.
Yeah. But
you're not wrong.
But here's the thing that separates Devil May Cry with God of War. Like, I love Capcom, and I'm trying not to be biased, right? So like, Devil May Cry has its moments, and it has some really good stuff. God of War is unaware that it's being stupid, and that's
really
why
is.
I like it.
Yeah.
That's why I like it. Kratos sucks, and like he is just like a fucking like masculine fantasy like jack off
Someone
trip.
has daddy issues.
There's just titties everywhere, and like he's ripping people apart, and it's just awful. But it's fun, and he's cringy. But Bayonetta is so self-aware. Like, that game is a satire, and for people who didn't get that the first time around,
it's not for you.
It's not for you. Yeah, that game it's like God Hand.
Go play.
It's a satire.
Go play
it's
Batman.
a damn good satire too.
No, that's a good game though.
Oh yeah, Arkham.
I'm not shitting on that.
Arkham is
Arkham
series
is
really great.
fantastic.
You know, I don't really like AAA games that much, but Arkham was fun.
Yeah,
and the new Spider-Man game's looking good too.
Yeah, I'm excited. All this stuff is very exciting.
Yeah. So you guys, what do you guys think about like? I want to talk about the newest Devil May Cry. It's old now, but like the reboot that everybody hated.
The reboot. I like it. It's definitely like its tone and everything. Like it's definitely like absolutely different. Like the levels and how everything was done.
It is different.
Was so different.
People don't like change.
People don't. Yeah, a lot of people don't like change. I thought it was okay. My only really big gripe, and it's a stupid gripe, is like the fact that Dante doesn't have his white hair until later on.
I have to stop. But
I don't care.
Yeah, I have to stop you there because remember what I said before? There's something that people always say.
Yeah.
Well, they don't say the second part that you just said. When they come in to buy this game, they're like, "Oh, this game sucks. Dante, he looks like an NPC. He doesn't have his white hair," and they just dismiss it. But like, it's an origin story.
Yeah.
So like, spoiler alert, he does get his white hair. He does obtain it, and guess what? He keeps it. It's a fucking origin story that they're like rebooting it.
Absolutely.
And Virgil's there. There's a DLC we can play as him. Like people are like, "Oh, where's Virgil?"
Virgil's so cool.
He's awesome in that game. That's like my favorite Virgil.
That Virgil is great just because his whole like story and character development in that game is really, really well done.
Yeah.
In my opinion. And I think that they just did him a lot of justice in that game.
Yeah.
Like I'm not dismissing the game. Like
no,
I don't like it.
I get it. Yeah.
I like this game a lot.
Yeah.
I just like 4 better.
And with the reason that I like DMC the most, I don't know if you agree with me, Jose, is that specifically, it is aware that it's silly. Sometimes.
It really is, honestly. Like don't take it too seriously, guys. Seriously.
Yeah,
like it
once
really
you,
does.
Once you like bridge the gap of like 15 years old, or maybe for some people like 20 something, like you start to realize that like campy is fun. Like being an edgelord all the time is not like, it's not necessary, and it's fun sometimes. But like people don't understand. Like that's my same argument for Halo versus Call of Duty. Like I love Halo, but I don't like shooters because Halo is campy. Like Master Chief's ridiculous character. He's a ridiculous character, and so is Dante. You know?
Yeah.
So
no, they're definitely like campy stories, but I think that's what makes them fun.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's the campiness. I mean, if you don't have that, then you're not playing it right.
All right. Yeah.
My favorite thing though about it though was the gameplay. The way I think the combo system worked. Mm-hmm. I thought it was really fun.
For the new one?
Yeah, for the new one.
Yeah,
I really liked that. And it definitely kind of like made me, at least as a player, kind of like to push myself more to do more combos.
Yeah.
And like explore a little bit. Yeah. Even the game, actually, I don't know if you remember, guys, but even the game, I think like in the loading screen, it'll show you combos.
Yeah.
That's it was a lot of
like really
rad the Bayonetta
shit.
stuff.
Yeah.
Where, like they were like letting you practice your combos and stuff.
Yeah. And the thing is, I just think that like what Platinum Games did Bayonetta, right?
Yeah. Platinum Games.
I think Platinum Games, because they did Beautiful Joe as well.
Yes,
they did Beautiful
Joe while they were with
World.
Capcom.
Yeah, because Beautiful Joe is the same idea. Is like they really push you to learn those combos and use them or get fucked.
Yeah,
you know.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that's why they have those stylish meters too. It's like
stylish.
Yeah. Fucking like
Ooh, so
the higher
stylish.
the rank, the more points, you know, the better you do.
Yeah.
And it's like, and it's like that in a lot of those games. It's like more combos, better, you get better stuff, you get better, you're rewarded better for learning and, you know, doing those combos, which is also just like really cool.
Right. And it's hard.
Yeah.
It has its difficulty.
Dude, Dante Must Die mode can suck my dick.
Yeah. I mean, like, that's the thing about the game.
That is the
like,
one-hit kill mode, right?
Yeah. It's this game is like, these games are like, they're fun, easy to pick up, fun, you know, to learn, and like you'll start off getting like DC style combos or whatever.
Yeah.
But like eventually, like if you want to get really good, you have to like, you know, really learn those combos, really learn, like get that skill set.
Yeah, I think like, and this is gonna sound really weird, but I think that like going back to like the idea of DMC, the reason why it kind of bugs me is it's the same reason why Nightmare Before Christmas bugs me, because the original idea. Right. No, you know what the fuck I'm talking about. The original idea is great. Like, the original Nightmare Before Christmas is an amazing film. And the idea behind Capcom doing DMC, like son of Sparta, like, going through hell, like, the whole story and the combo system, the base mechanics are really cool. But motherfucker, like, I don't know how the Vortex, it's very similar to the Kingdom Hearts community, which I'm involved in, has created this vortex of cringe. That has like pulled everybody in, and the games have almost like evolved into like this weird this conception that like they're something that they weren't intended to be, and like that's where the kind of like the ooh, I don't know if DMC is as good as you think it is kind of thing comes from for me.
For sure.
Yeah.
I think my issue with the DMC games is that a lot of them will do good in one thing and then will do bad in another.
And really drop
and
it,
then just like, you know, they're just like, it's like they pass each other the cards, you know?
Yeah.
It's literally like that. That's my issue with it. There's
At least they don't sell
consistency.
Dante Trench Coats at Hot Topic.
Oh, well, I mean,
you know what? I'm gonna say that, but I'm sure they did. Someone's gonna write in the comments like,
did.
actually, idiots.
Actually.
Yeah. Excuse me, I'm Mr. Internet. So, going back to Bayonetta, because you know, we're all very big fans of that game too.
Mm-hmm.
I get at the game store at Planet Fun, I get a lot of people who will not take my suggestion on the game. They're aware of the character. What do you guys have to say to the haters about Bayonetta? She gets a lot of hate.
Much like Kamiya says to his haters, "Fuck off."
Very straight. Very
straightforward. No,
Yeah.
seriously.
They don't deserve to play it.
They don't deserve to play it.
Yeah, but hey, Jose, you're very passionate about this, so I want you to get angry.
I
This is your chance.
Heat up, dude. Heat up.
This is your chance to tell the world why they should play Bayonetta. Because here's the thing, Bayonetta did do really well, and people like her with the PC port and things like that. She's gaining steam, but she is a character that if she doesn't continue to gain steam, might drop off. It might be custom Robo all over again. You know?
Oh my god.
Oh
yeah.
God, no.
Great game that just, you know, well, Custom Robo did have a shitty DS game, or it could be Chibi Robo.
A lot of the people that have complained to me are they're like, it's like too sexual and blah 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 and da da da. And I'm like, guys, like, this girl is in control of her own sexuality.
Yeah, it's empowering.
And she's not gonna open her legs for anyone, you know. She's gonna punch you.
She demasculates.
She will demasculate
She'll stomp
you.
on you, and that's okay.
And and that is okay. You know, like she'll, you know, make you a baby again. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's like a new version of girl power.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
It literally, that's why I like
Femme
her.
fatale,
It's
man.
femme fatale.
Yeah.
Girl power. I don't understand. Like, I guess maybe people are weirded out by the whole like hair.
Oh yeah, her
outfit
hair is her
thing.
clothes thing, and a lot of people say she's got like weird lanky proportions, and she's not like, I don't get it, like she's not sexy or whatever. It's like she's not necessarily designed to appeal to your fucking boner. She's designed a specific way to be a satire.
Yeah, and she is actually designed like, well, I don't know if this is super accurate, but I did have the art book.
Just make it up. Fuck
And
it.
hey, let's make it up. But like the art book and the sketches are like made like, you know, like it's like the type of drawing that fashion designers use.
Yes.
Like tall models, long legs, like
Yeah, very
it's
slender.
based off that. and I think
like a mannequin design.
Yeah, and I think it works.
Well, it also makes her combos look really good because you can see each limb moving really well.
Oh no, for sure. Because a lot of the time she's really bent over. She's like doing a lot of like acrobatic stuff.
She's all kicks. Literally, a lot
of
the legs.
time. Oh, and for those of you who don't know, her fucking high heels have goddamn guns in them.
She has 4 fucking guns.
4 guns.
4 guns, dude.
By the way, just tangent. Granddaddy Hideki Kamiya, the guy who made Devil May Cry, Bayonetta, all the good stuff from Capcom.
He's the crazy guy, right?
Yeah, he's the crazy guy.
He's fucking insane.
The one that is like, fuck you, Gators.
I love him. Yeah.
So, anyways, I just want you guys to look him up if you get the chance. Look up a picture of him when he was young.
Oh my god,
he looks like.
I remember this.
He looks like he fucking made Devil May Cry. Like.
With his girlfriend.
Yeah, he was born stylish.
He looks like a Kamen Rider before the transformation.
Absolutely, he's like wearing a full leather jacket. He looks like he'll beat you up.
Yeah,
and it's great, and I love it.
It's so good,
and it makes a lot of sense why his characters all are like this, and his games are like this.
Yes. Okay.
But
cool.
I personally don't understand why people get upset about Bayonetta. I don't think people should get upset about it because it's a fun. I think that has the meaning of fun everywhere. Yeah. That's what it is. It's just a fun game. Like even the story.
And sure, dialogue's so good too.
And the dialogue is so catchy, and it's not like they were like, we're not gonna make a serious like sad story for like Last of Us here. Like what is that shit? Like,
right.
We're just gonna make a really
Last of Us.
No, I know I like it, but what I'm saying is like it's not a very it's not something to take serious, and it's not a serious story either. But it's a fun story.
Yeah. So
enjoy yourself.
What's that quote she says? If you need to know how to talk to a woman, speak to your mother. Is that
speak to your mommy?
Speak to your mommy. And she's like, she's so confident about it. She's just like, I don't give a fuck about you.
Yeah, that's why I like her.
And she's like,
so
she's
much.
A demon too, right?
She's
a witch.
She's a witch.
Yeah. Oh, witch time. That's her special ability.
Lumen witch. Come on.
She's like a lumen witch. It's like half and half.
Who am I? A real gamer? I gotta get off this show. I'm not a real gamer. Okay.
Fucking leave.
Guys, is Bayonetta on Xbox or is she on Mac or how can I play Bayonetta?
You're not wrong. It is on Xbox 360. So
I know I was gonna go on more with that and make myself sound worse, but it's cool.
I'll stop you.
I'm gonna stop wasting time, and we're gonna move on to the new God of War game coming out. What do you guys think about God of War?
God of War.
God Cuatro.
I just came up with that. I didn't write it down.
You're such a loser.
Yeah.
I like it. I think it looks
God
really
of
cool.
Thor.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna kill Thor now.
Yeah. For those of you that don't know, the new God of War trailer just dropped at E3 this year. And also like it's a different mythology. It's like Norse mythology.
Yeah.
You know, Odin and Thor and all those motherfuckers. And apparently it's the same Kratos via the trailer we just saw.
Yeah. I'm not sure. I wasn't really paying attention.
It could be reincarnation or something.
Yeah, I think they were talking about it's his real son from one of the older games, but I'm not entirely positive, or if this is like a new kid. Whatever, it just looks cool.
All right.
Kratos has a cool magical ice axe, and that's rad as fuck.
Do you think the kid's gonna die in the game?
I feel like Kratos is gonna die.
Do you think? That's what I was saying, because I don't think that it's gonna happen, but I think that it's possible that he'll die and then he plays the kid in the future.
Yeah,
like
maybe.
in future games, because he's old as fuck. He's got like old man.
Yeah, then we get son of God of War,
son of God of War,
son of God of 5.
I feel like he's gonna die though. I don't know why. I have a feeling he's gonna die.
You don't think that,
and some tragedy's gonna happen where he? I kind of
want like you to go up and like you're fighting Odin, and then he's like really easy, and then like. Your son is just in the background, and then Zeus just shows up again and fucking hits him with this giant like thunderbolt and kills him. Zeus, and then you're like, Zeus!
I'm gonna be honest, Kratos has had enough. He looks so tired.
Yeah, dude, but he did some bad shit. He killed his whole family for power.
Okay,
I mean, by accident, he was tricked. I get it, but like also he's kind of a darsh.
Look at his beard now.
Okay, but I like his new beard. All right,
I'd like it.
But his old beard, the pointed chin strap dealio or whatever it is,
yeah,
he had that for way too many games. I can never forgive him. Like, it's like I know his dark secret. You know,
he looked like an evil villain.
Yeah, and the fact that like, no, we're just gonna leave it there.
He looked like Jafar on steroids.
We're just gonna leave it there. What do you guys think though about him not having his Blades of Chaos anymore? A floating axe
I think it's a lot it's gonna be really interesting, new gameplay.
Yeah, he's got like a Mjolnir thing going on.
Yeah, they get to like really mix it up, and like they get to. I mean, sure, you had a lot of the different combo options and everything in the old God of War with different weapons.
Yeah,
but
and you got the kid now on the side.
You get the kid now, yeah. So it's like there's a lot of like a lot of urgency to protect this kid.
Yeah.
New gameplay stuff involving the kid, as well as like the new the shield, that retractable shield was really cool.
Yeah.
I like that as a weapon.
Yeah. And I'm sure you noticed a lot of stuff because I forgot to mention this because Nick graduated from college with a game design degree.
Yeah.
So you probably have an eye for that kind of stuff too, to see sort of like what the mechanics might be.
No. So like it's going to be a lot more interesting to deal with, just because, you know, new stuff. It's going to be brand new animation, stuff like that. Lots of new movesets.
Yeah.
It allows a lot more like new freedom within the development team to go wild with new stuff, and that's pretty exciting.
Yeah.
And we get to see Kratos like he's never been before.
I just want him screaming
a
at gods.
loving father.
Yeah,
A
dude,
loving
it's weird.
father.
He was so intense. I'm just like, oh, I don't know.
He's so calm now.
He is.
Yeah.
It's
I
weird.
think it's important
He killed
that
Zeus, whatever.
I think it's important.
Spoiler.
It's definitely important that they definitely changed the weapon, because it's also appealed to the Norse mythology of the.
I agree.
Yeah, because you don't get two swords in North
Yeah,
mythology.
because we all know how those Greek and Roman soldiers love to use blades of chaos.
Right.
Absolutely. Every single one.
True.
If you've ever watched
Actually, you know what?
300,
Damn it! Now that I think about it, I just like thought about it.
yeah, if you've ever watched the
But the other
300
stuff
movie,
that he uses is-
all
But you're
they
right.
have is two swords in 300. Spears and shields, those don't exist.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
But yeah, God of War is looking kind of neat. I personally am really tentative about AAA games because they've got so good at making trailers but not making a game that I'm just like, but God of War has had more fun
good than bad,
games,
yeah.
more good than bad. Even though I'm not like a huge fan, I will say, if you strip the story, if you strip the characters, like the base hack and slash mechanics are fun. The combos are good.
Absolutely,
It's
yeah.
got launchers, dude.
Yeah, this game, like, this is also on the hype meters because you're fighting giant fucking gods in like every one of these games.
And that
it's
battle
great.
with Atlas was really cool.
That was one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I don't know why I
has
have a
potential.
feeling this is gonna be bad though.
Yeah, watch it. Like we're gonna do a
I have a
follow up. We're gonna do a
terrible
follow up on
feeling.
like episode 7 of Beat 'em Ups, and like we're just gonna be like, so
It was
remember when we said God of War looked cool?
It just looks
Sorry. Yeah, it just looks cool.
It just looks cool.
Yeah. Okay. So we got God of War done, and we talked about Devil May Cry and Bayonetta, which were really important to talk about. I want to move on to kind of start to wrap things up a little bit here. And I want to talk about some honorable mentions. Some games that like almost made it onto your top 3, or maybe games you weren't sure if they applied. You know.
Who goes first?
Jose.
Me DiGiorno. Okay, so I
say DiGiorno?
I-
You guys want to get pizza after this? I'm down for some pizza.
Yo, okay.
Yeah, we talked about pizza earlier, so I'm okay with it.
I for my honorable mentions, okay, guys, The Simpsons Arcade.
Oh yeah.
I used to play the
that one's
shit out of
great,
that.
too.
Yeah.
I used to play Lisa a lot in that game.
I don't know
and then-
how the fuck that game was so good.
I don't
It's
know
The Simpsons.
either,
It was
because
the 90s.
I'm not-
Yeah, everything was good for The Simpsons in the 90s.
I'm not a fan of The Simpsons, but that game was so good. I always got.
bitch.
God, what do you have against the Simpsons,
Simpsons.
idiot?
Fuck Jose.
But like,
I'm gonna delete you from the final cut.
I always got beaten by the ball. Do you remember that boss from The Simpsons?
The ball? Yeah.
that
Yeah,
real
yeah,
bowling
hard.
pin thing.
Yeah.
that was my.
It's a quarter eater again.
But
Yeah.
Simpsons Arcade was one of my honorable mentions.
The best and one of the only best Simpsons games. There's like Hit and Run.
Hit and Run
good.
is fucking phenomenal.
Yeah. Hit and Run's
I
good.
liked Anarchy Reigns.
Yeah, dude. Anarchy Reigns.
I wish they had
Everybody-
local multiplayer. 'cause
Thank
that would
you.
have
Tell
been
us,
so
why
much
don't you guys
fun.
tell the audience real quick, just because I want to get to some other stuff about our LAN party with Anarchy Reigns real quick, and
It
what Anarchy
was-
Reigns is maybe.
It's a
That's
a beat 'em up with a ton of characters.
It's a huge multiplayer beat 'em up.
Yeah, it's a multiplayer beat 'em up.
Bayonetta's in it.
Bayonetta's in it. Whatever his name, I think is Jack
The
from
guy
Mad
from
World.
Mad World, who's
Yeah.
one
Who
of
was
my
Chainsaw Arms.
Mad
or
World's
Arm.
one of my honorable mentions, by the way.
But basically, you can only play this game with friends online. Like, this is one of those games that like it would thrive with local multiplayer.
Oh my
At least
God.
2
It
players.
really
And you
did.
can, how many people can you get in a match? Like 20?
It's like 8. Well, actually, I think
It's a
you're
big
right.
number.
It's a big
huge
number.
amount.
It's not
if you
big
have enough
number.
Xbox 360s and TVs, you can get all your friends playing.
Oh
that
yeah, by
shit.
the way, it's only on 360.
Yeah, it's 360 exclusive. It costs like $1 now because nobody liked it. But the game, the main campaign's like meh. But like the multiplayer is amazing.
It was really
Yeah.
fun, and the characters were so fun. All of
Yeah.
them.
They were all really
I-
unique and interesting.
And
my favorite was the ice chick. I love her.
I knew you were
just
gonna say
before
that.
you thought you knew all the combos, then you find new ones. And also, like, it's like, think of it this way: it's sort of like Halo or like any like mass multiplayer game where you put in a map and spawned, but then you got to go find your opponents and beat the shit out of them in this like city.
Yeah,
it's really good, and it did not sell well, and it will never get a sequel.
Sad.
Yeah,
but maybe a spiritual successor one day.
hopefully. But yeah, this game. So we had a LAN party. I don't remember how many Xbox we set up, but
4
Xboxes. Okay.
Didn't we have like 3 TVs?
It was hard to find all those Xboxes because not a lot of us own them.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, it was the last party the world's ever seen. LAN party.
Yeah, it was good.
It was really fun. It was really fun.
It was a great time.
Okay, so that was fun. That's an honorable mention.
And my other honorable, I have a lot of them, but like
as long as we don't expand on it too much. Yeah.
I like Metal Gear Revengeance. I like it.
Yeah, we did bring that one up.
We brought that one up. I love
even though that's not a fucking real word, but
yeah, Revengeance.
Rising
Revengeance.
That's the hypest title.
EX cross Tekken.
And Jack the Ripper is the coolest character.
Dude,
I'm gonna use
something you'll something you guys will know
Yeah.
about me is I love edgy characters.
You do. You're an edgelord, but we love you for it.
But yeah, no, and also that game is really hard. If you play it on the last
Yes.
difficulty,
Great
forget
game.
about it. I
Super
stopped
hype.
playing it after the
Yeah.
last difficulty. I was like, I can't
Yeah,
do this. Shit.
good stuff.
But I love that game.
Another really cheap game too. You can pick it up. I
Really
love
do.
a good deal if you can't tell. So I want people to play these
cheap
games.
games.
$8 for that game, probably less used on eBay or something. You have no fucking excuse. Okay. Anything else?
Warrior games.
Oh, the Warriors games.
The Warrior
My
games.
favorite one is Hyrule Warriors, personally.
Yes.
My favorite one is the Gundam Warrior games.
But
Oh,
we
the Gundam
can.
Warriors. Oh, those are good.
We definitely need to talk about them in another episode because
We're
that's
gonna
a
talk about-
long universe.
We're gonna have a giant robot game episode too.
Because we have, you know,
like
Warrior
Gundam Breaker and
Virtual
One.
Hell
and all
yeah.
that.
Yeah, and the Warrior games, and now we got like Fire Emblem Warriors.
Yeah, Fire Emblem Warriors.
And
is coming.
anime like One Piece too.
Yeah, One
I
Piece
remember
is
that
cool.
playing that
Yeah.
a lot.
Warriors.
Also, but that is one honorable mention I want to say. What about you,
Okay.
Nick? What do you want to say?
So I got a couple. One of them for me was Strider, the remake, the new one that came out. That was like a 2.5D, beautiful game. Definitely like more hack and slash platformer, but
Yep.
like still technically a beat 'em up, I'd say.
Yeah.
So that's why I didn't bring it up
It's a fun
as
game.
my like one of my mains because it's like it's
Wasn't
really
it also
fun.
really hard?
Really challenging actually.
Yeah.
But like not so much where it's like I'm gonna quit and never play this game again.
Yeah.
Another one really obscure for the 3DS, Code of Princess.
Oh, yeah.
This game, super anime game. I think it was Atlas or Arc System Works. One of the two.
One of the two.
Maybe both, to be honest.
At the same time, they
Yeah.
both made it different versions.
Yeah, no, like Arc System Works made it, Atlas published it, something like that.
Yeah.
But basically, it's an anime like side-scrolling beat 'em up, but with an interesting system known as the line system. And a few games like take advantage of this, basically meaning where opponents only come in 3 different what's it called, like rows,
Alleys. Yeah.
alleys, and you would
Yeah.
fight. You would transfer over between the 3 and like fight, and there was a huge combat system.
Yep.
Combos, really really fun, really cool. And like
And some cute princesses.
cute princesses for
Yeah.
sure.
They don't need any saving.
Yeah, another one. I was gonna say Tekken, Tekken Force to be specific.
Oh my god.
Tekken Force is
All right.
kind of hilarious, and
Get
I
outta
love it.
here. Go play that Mortal Kombat video game.
Yeah,
Guys,
no,
real
Shaolin
talk.
monks are
But
real
on the real though, those are
Sub-Zero.
hilarious, and I wanted to mention them because they exist.
Yeah.
But God Hand for sure
Oh my god, God
is
Hand, yeah.
I
incredible.
haven't played, but I'm
We,
excited. To
yeah,
play it.
so the reason we didn't talk about God Hand, I'm sure all of you guys are screaming like,
and if
"Idiots,
you
fucking
don't,
fake
if you're
gamer
not
girls."
screaming about it, then you're wrong.
Yeah, so God Hand we're gonna talk about in a future episode. Jose hasn't played it yet. We're gonna de-virginize him, and then we're
Hell
gonna
yeah.
come back and talk about it because we
Yeah.
love that game.
But I think that the
Um,
greatest game in the world
And
is
anybody
PlayStation
who
All-Star.
gave that score that game a bad score back in the day, obviously didn't play it, which a lot of reviewers just don't. So yeah. But any others?
I'm trying
PlayStation
to
All-Stars.
think.
Jose,
That's not even the right game type.
I hate
a
that
great
game. Okay.
guy.
This one's a weird one. So, like, it's a beat 'em up only in some aspects, but it's mostly it's
I'm
actually
excited.
a turn-based RPG. It's Project Cross Zone.
Oh my god, you're right.
Yeah,
It's-
but that's I didn't say that one because it's more of an RPG.
Like I said,
It really
it's
is.
an RP. It's a strategy RPG with a lot
It's
of beat 'em up
inspired.
elements.
Yeah.
mostly because the battles.
Yeah.
In the turn-based, like after when you're not in turn-based.
Yeah.
Are like you're doing combos, you're doing beat 'em up stuff, and
Yeah.
it's really cool.
Yeah.
And that's why it's an honorable mention and not an actual
I
thing.
haven't played
Yeah.
the second one. Is it good?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
All right.
It's also a dream team.
So my honorable mentions. First off, Mad World. Really cool game. I don't think it's like an amazing beat 'em up, but I like it. It's like it's really style.
Its aesthetic is really great.
Its aesthetic's great. So that one's cool. It's on the Wii. Check it out. And then Castle Crashers. I love Castle Crashers.
Good party one too.
Good party game.
Behemoth did that one, I think.
Yes, Behemoth
really good.
games.
Castle Crashers 4-player, really funny. Double Dragon Neon. Best with 2 players, high five mechanic where you can psych out your friends. They had a whole entire 80s theme track to each level. And if you play it to somebody, they cannot distinguish that it's not from the 80s. It's amazing. So those are 2 big ones for me. Let's see. So I really hope that we see like another game like Castle Crashers, but like I was thinking about other like kind of obscure ones, and Dead Rising was a beat 'em up, but I did not like 3. I think the further they get away,
4.
Yeah, I think the further they get away from Frank West stuff, the worse it gets.
Okay, but 4 you get back to Frank West. And
yeah,
it's
but
not
it's yeah, but that I was gonna say like the majority of the Frank West stuff's good. So like the old Dead Rising games are really cool. They're good hack and slash games, and also technically beat 'em ups. Those are fun ones. And I want to tell our viewers, don't watch me, listen to me. I want our listeners to know. We didn't cover anything like Sunset Riders or games like Gunstar Heroes or Metal Slug, because even though they have beat up kind of feel to them, they're shmups kind of. And I didn't really want to like expand the genre bigger than it already is. And to be honest with you, those games deserve their own episodes. Like Metal Slug is amazing. Still make me some of the best sprite work ever. But yeah, so those are my honorable mentions that I can think of off the top of my head. And yeah.
Also, beat 'em ups is like the genre itself is so big.
Right.
Like,
yeah, like I said, it was a genre, but now it's like a descriptor.
Like I can sit down here for hours and talk about Bayonetta. Like,
yeah.
It's really difficult.
We can just talk at your fucking faces for hours. Don't let us.
To be honest, I don't shut up.
Yeah, Nick talks a lot. All right. So, anyways, anything?
Okay.
Yeah. Before we wrap things up here, and kind of like put the cap on this, is there anything else you guys would like to add? Also, if you guys would like to tell our listeners any of your personal works or where they can find more about you guys. I know Nick was featured on Choose My Own Adventure podcast, and Jose will be in the future.
Yeah, I nothing really. I don't have anything specifically. Well, I started doing this podcast with you guys, and I'm excited.
You got an Instagram.
I do got an Instagram. It does have a lot, but what is it called?
It's called Me. You didn't even fucking know it.
I forgot.
Me with me. It's a picture of him with his fucking me, and we're gonna delete it after this podcast.
Yeah, so it's gone. Don't even bother looking for it.
No, yeah. Wasn't it me_with me?
Yeah, me_with me.
Who cares?
Yeah. You can follow me on Instagram at waifu5lifu. Just look me up. You know, I post funny pictures.
He's single and ready to mingle.
Single, ready to mingle, ladies. You know,
or
I'm winking.
Wink, wink, wink.
Wink, wink. Oh. Okay, cool. All right.
Yeah, and then that's about it.
Cool. So, awesome. Yeah. And so look out for these guys on future episodes. I'm going to be featuring them heavily on our episodes. They're great guests and good buddies, and I'm sure they're going to make me mad in video games soon that I'll complain about. So with that said, I'd like to thank you for joining us for the Beat 'em Up episode of EXPodcast. And don't forget to check us out at choosemyownadventurepodcast.com. And that's Mark Osborne's podcast that he's running, and I'm part of it. You can find EX Podcast at iTunes and other places that this junk is found, and also on the Choose My Own Adventure podcast website. And if you really just don't like us, tell us in the iTunes review. If you like me, that would really increase my self-esteem.
But no one likes him.
That's true. And tell me things you want to hear about in future Beat 'em Up episodes. If we forgot about a game, if I need to play a game, I'll go buy it and play it, and I'll directly say, "Hey, thanks, Chumbawamba97. I played your game, and it sucked. I'd rather play Growl, which is also a good game.
I love Lamb.
Tub Thumpin' 92.
Right. So, anyways, check us out. I'm gonna finally reveal. Check me out at Cheeto Cereal on Instagram. It's my comedy Instagram. Also, don't forget about Michael Fox, Ambassador Fox. He is our sound guy for our music. He has a SoundCloud, which is Ambassador Fox. Check him out. Super talented. And maybe we'll get him on here one day. He's a busy dude. And then we've got Grant. He's our sound guy for recording and pretty much for Choose My Adventure podcast as well. And he's super talented. He makes the magic. I'm just a schlub without Grant. So thank you, Grant.
Thanks, Grant.
Thank you, Granty.
But yeah, this has been another episode of EXPodcast. Thanks for joining us. And yeah, thanks for listening to Jose and Nick too.
Thanks for putting up with me, guys.
Yeah.
I love lamp.
Oh, great. Anchorman quote. Okay, I'm out of here. We're done. We're done. We're done. Do you love lamp? Do you really? Say something original.
I do.
Thanks, Jose.
Me gusta la lámpara.